Alright guys, combo builder here again for match number 2 in our Swiss Modern Cube League. Just about to join the match here. We'll see if our opponent joins. Actually, this will be a little awkward if I click join and he doesn't join. Anyways, we're playing a sick mono black, splashing like light blue for 2 or 3 cards and a couple sideboard options. Wish this guy good luck. We lost the die roll, so we'll be on the draw. And turn 3, Phyrexian Arena. Man, into turn 4, Phyrexian Obliterator. All of the Phyrexian fun, guys. Into an eventual Grave Titan, if we can get that far. Black. Alright, this is why we don't main deck, like, Slaughter Pact. FYI. You didn't need a lesson into why we're doing it the way we're doing it. This is why. That being said, our curve starts at basically 3, so I'm not particularly surprised. And playing the same color pairing. City Braskets are blue along with Drone Catacombs, so we'll just get a swamp. To keep. So we could have a counterspell. We'll just lead off with Daze. I was thinking of getting Dazed. Oh, if we're going to get countered here, I'm fine with that. Yeah, we weren't going to pay for Mana Leak. I'd rather them counter a Thoughtseize than like a Phyrexian Arena. If he taps out for something here, that would be ideal. Okay. So this is where we're left with options. Phyrexian Arena basically is going to be a good game. So I might just play this Aetherborn here. Hopefully he counters it. Because it is an actual legitimate threat. Alright, he just leaves it alone. Okay. And I know it might be a little annoying that I right-click yield until end of turn. I know I could press other buttons, but I don't want to. Consuming Vapors. Rebound. Okay. So next turn he'll make us sack another creature, so we're going to cast Phyrexian Arena as opposed to Phyrexian Obliterator. He'll gain 3 life, sure. But we will get a Phyrexian Arena down. Yeah. We'll just cast an Arena. I mean, that's not like this game, but getting this down means a steady stream of card advantage, and against a blue-black list, it means we'll never run out of gas for 20 turns, basically. At this point, we just want to keep hitting our land drops. Alright, he's going to tap off for something, so I can tap off for an Obliterator. Ha! Ha ha ha! Joke's on you, sir. The best creatures are in my hand. I mean, yeah, you've got Massacre Worm. But that's not as good. Freeform, most recent. Nope, that's from before. $314. I guess I don't have today's. Okay, that's fine. Takes a Massacre Worm. Joke's on you, sir. I'm gonna play an Obliterator into a Grave Titan. Just have fun not being able to attack me. In fact, I could always ulcerate his mind, his Massacre Worm. And words to keep my Obliterator alive. Alright, this is where we're going to get him. Gain control of target creature as long as Sword of Temptation remains on the battlefield. Okay, you can take my creature. I will accept that, sir. For your 2/2. Have fun sacrificing all of your lands. I will lose 3 life for this. Man, that felt good. Sacrifice 6 permanents. I'm sorry, that was just fantastic. Oh, I mean, he knows my entire deck now, but that was worth it. Just worth it. Oh, that is a highlight. That is definitely a highlight. So questions I could bring in like this Condescend. What else is tempting? None of these cards are really, I'll be honest. Ashiok, it's Planeswalker. But like I said before, I don't really want to bring in that. Far Away kind of gets around that whole bounce at something and kill something. Murder's Cut. Mindbender does the... Since we're playing against a control deck, he does fun things. Skin Renderer I can consider taking out because, well, he does get rid of like the Sower of Temptation. But other than that, there's probably no good targets. And it's probably going to be better to be having a Planeswalker that can, well... I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what he plays. He played a 1 creature, so it's tough to make decisions based off 1 creature. Yeah, I'll probably want the Skin Renderer. Yeah, that's probably just a better choice. Alright, we have Tragic Slip into turn 3 Lily, into absolutely nothing else. I would keep this 5, but I'm a bit hesitant. I know our mana kind of... we're kind of at likely to draw more lands, but we'll see. Mindbender, interesting. Oh, also this Tragic Slip I could have considered taking out. That's a fair point. So I think next game I'll take Tragic Slip out for... Alright, now I just need to resolve this arena. If he just taps out for like a turn 3 Compulsive Research or something or another. See? Good lands are good. I don't want to really walk this Phyrexian Arena. Like you saw last game, it didn't look like it did a whole lot, but it did, so trust me on that one. I'll play Liliana, and maybe he does not know the interaction if another non-token creature control dies. And you probably just have removal for it, but he was going to have removal anyway. Notably, did not crack Scalding Tarn and step to grab like a dual land, so maybe his mana's not fantastic. Or you can just cast like a Temporal Mastery, that's cool too. Sure. That's basically just a fantastic draw one. It's basically an Explorer. At this stage in the game, it's just an Explorer. So it's not as it's good. Don't get me wrong. But like, it's not backbreaking. I mean, would it be nice to be able to be casting? Oh, he does have dual land. Interesting. So it means he was a little sketchy on land. He didn't set up his draws at all. We'll see. We'll see what the opponent does. Alright, tapping out 4 mana for a Consuming Vapors. Alright, well, we're going to make the same play here, folks. He, quote-unquote, got me. But we're just going to, play, what's it called? Phyrexian Arena. And hopefully this is good enough to get us there. I mean, we can draw 20 more cards than the opponent. That means we'll probably win if we draw more cards, usually. Basically, we also counterspelled the Consuming Vapors. We made it less fantastic. Alright, he drew 3 cards, so this would be a good chance if we had the opportunity to Descending Mindbender him, but that's not a thing, so we'll just probably end up dropping a land. Well, we'll see what we draw. We're going to draw 2 cards. Both good cards. So let's start off with Thoughtseize. Remove the best card. Ew! Just across the board, son. Wow. Wow. Okay. Alright, so let's think about this. Do I really care about Sorin? He's got 5 mana, so you could cast it if you drew a land and make my life total 10. Not super worried about that. Massacre Worm does not kill like a Gifted Aetherborn, and we can block that. Phyrexian Obliterator, we can make him sack it, which is something we can do. Dissipate is a counterspell, which could get annoying. However, I'm going to play something that survives that. We can always, like... Oh, man, this is so bad. So bad for me. Doesn't have any actually kill spells, so Bloodline Keeper is going to get some work done here. I don't know what to take, folks. I'm honestly at a loss here. What wrecks me now? What wrecks me late game? Do I win late game? I think with the draw spells, I do win the late game. I just need to get there. Shieldred, less scary. I mean, it's got Swamp Walk, so maybe that's a consideration. But again, far and away, Tragic Slip. So less worried about that. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, that player sacks a creature, and at the beginning of your upkeep, return a creature. Honestly, like Bribery or Dissipate are tempting options, or Ob Nixilis. Yeah, that's the only thing that can actually kill us, or kill our Bloodline Keeper. And everything else we just don't care about. Like Bribery, yeah, I think that's the pick. We'll take Ob. That might be a little weird, but we can deal with the other stuff. So for that reason alone, I was going to yield to that. Okay. Well, you can cast Bribery, Obliterator, and Dissipate. He's probably just going to drop Obliterator. No, he's going to drop his good old Bribery, probably. Or something he drew off the top. What do we got, opponent? 3 black. You cast most of your spells. This means Bribery? I'm cool with that. Probably grabs a Grave Titan, in which I make him bounce and sack. Or I bounce Grave Titan and sack a creature. Yeah, I'd grab Grave Titan if I was him. Otherwise, yeah. Yep, and that's what he grabs. Good spells are good. Alright, folks. This is fine. Like I said, I'll just make him bounce and probably play a Gifted Aetherborn. Hopefully we get a land. Sweet. Alright, so we'll go Swamp into... I could... No. I mean, I feel like casting away if I cast it, but I don't have to. I could just leave him with the 2 zombies. That's a play. Otherwise, Hypnotic Spectre, so I can start making him discard his Bomb of a Hand. Well, he doesn't. So this is my turn to cast things that I really want to cast. Or, other option, I could, like, Distended Mindbender into Tragic Slip. Take away, like, a Dissipate followed up by... Phyrexian Obliterator. I only get 1 bounce, so I'll have to tread this lightly. This Gifted Aetherborn kind of counters the Obliterator, and Massacre Worm. Shieldred is a little more interesting. I'll have to get something for that. Obviously, I need to sequence my plays correctly here, or I just lose. I need to deal with Grave Titan now, so I'll have to deal with Grave Titan now. How do I want to deal with Grave Titan? Well, I want to either Far Away or Tragic Slip. Tragic Slip would be the play if I Distended Mindbender, taking away 2 cards, which would leave me with a 5/5, but no value engine, and this is a value engine. So what I want to do is I want to cast Far Away, bounce Grave Titan in my hand, and or make him sack a token, and pass a turn, making a copy, or making a token on his end step with Bloodline Keeper. So that seems to be the best option. So let's see, make sure. return target creature, and we'll choose target player. Blue, black, and I'm gonna save this tragic slip to hopefully deal with something else. And this is just to get a little extra value. I mean, I could see playing something else, but we're just gonna pass. Yeah. And if he attacks with the zombie, I will probably just make a token and block. And then, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. So that way, if he plays like Massacre Worm or any of his other fatties, I can just immediately Tragic Slip it. Yeah, for 6 mana, now he can cast Massacre Worm, Soren Markov. Both of which are good cards. Yeah. So if he attacks the zombie, alright. Just gonna go ahead and hard cast. 6 mana Soren Markov, Okay. Okay. Probably uptick. Maybe an aggressive downtick to deal 4 damage. No, yeah, of course. I mean, doesn't really make sense not to attack, but I'll make a dude. Alright, this is where things get tricky. I didn't actually expect him to play Soren here. And I don't really have a whole lot of pressure on him. I kind of want to keep getting value out of this Bloodline Keeper because I know he's probably going to drop Massacre Worm this turn. So I want to cast things that are resilient to Massacre Worm. So like this, maybe obviously play land. So 7 mana. So I'd have to sack this Bloodline Keeper to do that. And then I could take 3 or less. I could take Dissipate and Massacre Worm. I could take those 2 and be left with a couple unknowns. Yeah, if I take Massacre Worm and Dissipate, I'm not too afraid of that. So we'll create a 2/2 black zombie with flying. We'll get... And that would leave me with 3 mana left over, and I'll probably play Gifted Aetherborn as another... No, I'll probably play Hypnotic Spectre. Yeah, I'll probably do that. It's more oppressive. I do want to keep Soren under control, so I'll start off with that. So let's get into Soren. So what did this 4/4 do for us? It held back a zombie, gave us some interesting lines of play, and that was going to let us cast this Distended Mindbender for 3 mana. So if we do that, so we'll still have 4 mana. So do I want to do anything else? Yes. So maybe he drew something besides what we knew he had before. So he's got he's got 1 unknown basically. So we're gonna get a free counterspell out of this. Yep. And then we'll take Damnation. That's an interesting one to have. I think I'm more worried about Massacre Worm. Because, like, I might be able to... I won't really be overextending with what I'm doing now. And Massacre Worm's probably just too much. I can always, like, Tragic Slip some stuff. Doesn't have 6 mana. He does not have Shieldred yet. So I kind of want to take this Massacre Worm. But Damnation is a new variable. Do I want it? Do I care about Damnation? I think I care about it less than Massacre Worm. And then I get a 5/5 out of the deal, so that's not too bad either. And we took Damnation. So, we took Massacre Worm, excuse me. So at this point, I want to cast Hypnotic Spectre. And if he wants to Damnation, he can Damnation. But this lets me start killing things at random. I suppose he gets to just Soren Markov 2 damage to... I forgot that's a creature. I should have played the Gifted Aetherborn. That's me being stupid. Well, so if he Damnations... Well, he's going to Damnation. Okay. 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 That's fine. Alright. So he's got Obliterator, Shieldred, and... sorry, I'm just got a hair in my throat, I guess. I'm gonna draw a card. Getting kind of sketchy on life, but we're fine. We're fine. So now that he doesn't have Damnation, I kind of want to slam this Grave Titan into Gifted Aetherborn. Right? That seems fine. Is it fine, though? I clearly can't attack with Grave Titan. Well, actually, I would sacrifice most of the stuff. Yeah. I think that's fine. Oh, did he draw a counterspell? Are you serious? Oh, man, are you serious? I could have played my land, too. Well, no, I couldn't have missed a land drop at some point. Okay. That makes me feel a little better. Okay. We might lose this game, folks. We might lose this game. We need to draw a piece of removal, because he's probably going to... Well, he can't drop Shieldred, but he can drop Phyrexian Obliterator. Because his hand is one unknown, Obliterator, and Shieldred, which I anticipate him playing, unless he's got another play, which is Imprisoned in the Moon. Can't do anything about that. Okay. He knows he just needs to bide his time a little bit longer. Which is a fair... Damn. We needed that Aetherborn, I'll be honest. Oh, man. I don't know if we can win this game at this point. He knows my entire deck. He's got 2 cards in hand. He's about to take my turn with Soren, so we're going to concede. Man, that was so close, too. Alright, well, we started with kind of a slower hand with Liliana and stuff, but we had a Thoughtseize, so... Ugh, well, we saw more cards this time, so... I'll take that as a moral win. I didn't expect those fatties, I'll be honest. Am I surprised? No, not really. But that means we definitely bring in Ashiok. What else could we potentially bring in? My own Soren Markov to combat his Soren Markov. Same bad cards. Condescend to fight his control spells. Against the spells he's wielding, this Skin Render is probably not doing as much. Also, actually, no, this All-Star is probably doing less than the Skin Render. Well, that's not true. This lets me get rid of the whole I gain control of your thing. This lets me deal with his Sorens and other things, so I might want to bring in Oblivion Stone. I don't know. Like I said, I dropped that arena and I still lost, which is a pretty bad feeling. This Mindbender, pretty good here. Though I took out a 4-drop for it, but life goes on. Alright. This is where things get interesting. I'm on the play now, so that makes a difference. Which makes cards like Ashiok a lot better. Along with my other creatures. That is an important thing to know, is not to play the game you just played, but to play the next game. That might be a little counterintuitive, but you just don't want to, like, oh, I need to counter his 1 artifact in his deck, so I need to bring in 10 artifact or destruction spells. Kind of a thought process. No, well, you're just like, well, if he draws that, I probably lose. But the odds of him drawing it are lower than the chance that are... Like, the odds of him drawing it is lower than the percentage decrease we take from sideboarding and a bunch of removal for cards that he doesn't actually play. So what did we do? We took out Skin Render for Ashiok. A little lower mana. Grey Merchant just has the opportunity to win a game. Yeah, we'll try that. I would like to play first, yes. We've got turn 1 Thoughtseize into eventually Grave Titan. I think that's at least keepable. I mean, I'm not happy to keep, but that's keepable. Alright, let's see what he's got. Remand, Dissolve, Consuming Vapors, and the land to cast the stuff. Yeah, that's a pretty reasonable hand, I'll be honest. So on the play, what do I care about the least? I mean, these are all kind of annoying. Sorry, just doing a couple picture things. Man, this is actually a tough choice. I kind of want to take this Remand. Because it draws on a card. And he's pretty light on action. Otherwise, other good options. All of these. Like, that's a hard counter, scry 1. This is soft counter, draw card. It's basically falter, draw card. I'm less worried about Consuming Vapors, so I think I might just take this Dissolve since it's his card. Hard counter. No, that might be the wrong play. Maybe it's Remand. Maybe Remand's the right play. But, you know, if I don't play anything for a while until later, we'll see. If I draw my Gifted Aetherborn, that'd be insane. Plays a Swamp, 3 Islands, Consuming Vapors, Remand, Unknown. Mindbender, interesting. Alright, we'll pass the turn. We don't have the blue mana to away, but the sack a creature clause isn't irrelevant. I'm not gonna play into his Remand. I'm just gonna pass. Wait till I have more action. Well, actually, this turn 3 into turn 4. Maybe do I make him use it now? Maybe. Yeah, if he doesn't decide to Remand this, which he will, of course. He gets it out of his hand. He doesn't have the hard counter, so it's just a soft. We'll get it back later. I mean, he does draw a card out of it. Yes, that's good. But alright. Bitter Blossom. Well, that's a good one. That would have been good to have dealt with earlier. And now he'll get to drop his Consuming Vapors. Oh gosh. Well, yeah. Into starting to Bitter Blossom value. Maybe we just draw a card here. Yeah, let's just draw cards. Yeah, that's clearly not good. We're not in a good position here, folks. Obviously, Grave Titan will just be insane. I probably should yield all to that, or to what you call it, to that trigger. But such is life. Plays that last island, so he's got Consuming Vapors and 4 unknowns at this point. All right, that gives us our far end away. And I don't really feel like playing this Lily into just losing, or into just dying. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just cast Grave Titan. And hopefully Grave Titan versus Bitter Blossom, Grave Titan wins. Yeah, I'm never going to react to that trigger. Eventually this will win the game, or I will win the game. Hoping he taps out for bribery. But actually, I don't hope he taps out for bribery, let's be honest. Search your library for a card, shuffle it, and put it on top. Okay. That's fine. This far and away gets a little worse now. He probably goes ahead and gets some removal or counterspell or whatnot. Maybe a bribery, I don't know. But this is the turn to land Grave Titan, so I want to make him sack a creature? Nah, it's not worth it. I'm going to save far away for something that actually matters. Yeah, you got me for one. Following that up into a Dragonlord Slumgar is not bad. Alright, and this gets around as Consuming Vapors, so that's basically a dead card in his hand at this point. I mean, yeah, he can cast it, and he probably will, if he's got nothing else. So let's see what the opponent put on top. 5 mana. Bribery? If he's got Bribery, I'm just going to far my creature back to my hand. And I'm alright with that. If he drops a fatty, I can just Dragonlord Silumgar it. We'll probably just discard an Ulcerate here. We don't need any more mana. So if we drew more lands, we would have discarded that. Bribery. Oh man, he's gonna let us do it. Sweet. He can probably just take a look and see that our far away is in our hand. Oh man. Value. Value. I call value, guys. So I don't know if it's worth it to try and kill this Liliana. Because he can just block all of my creatures. And she lives and he gets to search for another card. Which, again, is bad for me. Yeah. Definitely bad for me. Not being able to pressure a Planeswalker is not a good thing. Also, at this point, he can probably do the power of deduction to determine what's in my hand, but he's got so many cards. Ooh, Massacre Worm. That's a good one. It's going to be good in my hand. Yep, so I'll lose 4 life. That's a lot of life. Down to 10. He swings in for 2, gets me down to 9. Oh, do I get to far away and kill Lily? I do. Oh, I don't, because he gets to sack a tapped one. Okay, so what do I do here? I cast return target creature to its owner's hand and cast a Liliana. Swing at probably Liliana. So is that my only line of play though? I have 6 mana to 5 or 4/2. So I guess I have options. I kind of want to set up a Distended Mindbender, but even that's not super critical. He's got 3 cards in hand, and I know one of them is a Consuming Vapors, and he's going to set up next turn a card on top of his library. Oh man, this is decisions. We're down to 9 minutes, but this is game 3. And this is kind of the pinnacle of game 3, so we're all right on time. We've got time to think and pick the right decision. I could, like, alternative lines of plays. I could just Dragonlord Silumgar, get my Massacre Worm. That seems a little weird, but I could do it. But I think I want to bounce this Massacre Worm to play it to take out all these Fairy Rogues he's got. That seems perfectly reasonable. So I think the line of play I'm going to use is play Liliana, since she's got lifelink and that might be irrelevant, into... I'll just cast Far, that's that one. Far, return target creature to its hand. We'll do this first, just in case he's got some kind of Spell Pierce or something like that. Well, if he had Spell Pierce, he's going to get me, right? And this actually is a flying blocker, so that's probably more relevant than this Liliana, right? Or than this, yeah. Actually, yeah, I'm saying it right. Let's go to combat first. Let's get in there. Let's try and kill Lily. If he wants to let her live, he's got a chump. No, he's gonna let her die. Which means, interesting. Interesting indeed. Means he didn't want to set up. I mean, I would have got the one more card, but maybe that's not worth it for him. He's got Consuming Vapors. Maybe that's why we should play Bloodline Keeper. Yeah, I like that. We've got tokens. We can match his flying tokens now, and then we get to Massacre Worm, aid him. 4 mana. Whatever he does, I can Dragonlord Silumgar it, if it's a creature. Distended Mind, or Consuming Vapors doesn't do anything. If he has his own Massacre Worm, doesn't have the black for it. That's the thing. Cryptghast. That doesn't do anything. Get some tap for 3. Which he knows I have a Massacre Worm in hand, so I don't know why you'd even do that. I'm just going to take it. I'm going to 10 him and then kill him. Yeah, he's probably got a counterspell. But that's why we will start off with Massacre Worm. Because if he doesn't have something, he just loses. Tap, tap, concede. GG's, my friend. GG's. Alright, guys. We have made it to the finals. Well, technically finals. Our opponent was playing a really sick blue deck. Ours was a bit more mono black. We had nothing really coming. And we've made it to the finals, folks. So I'll see you back for round number 3. Stay tuned.